What's up, Reject Nation? I'm Greg. That's Olivia. This is John. We are going to watch Stranger Things, episode 4 of S3, otherwise known as 3x4. If you've heard me give this whole spiel before, it's up to you whether or not you want to listen to it. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our next Stranger Things reaction is up. Subscribe buttons don't do as much as notification bells do. Secondly, I want to thank Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing down the highlights for us, because YouTube only allows for 10-minute reaction highlights, but the full-length stream along for all our Stranger Things episodes are all going up at our Patreon page. Speaking of our Patreon page, we do stream-alongs for many shows. That includes Gotham, Haunting a Hill House, Cobra Kai Season 2, and some of the shows that we cover we do stream-alongs for, and they also have reaction highlights as well. Those are My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, and Supernatural. Eric, make sure to give this guy a follow at Nerd Chronic. He's done work for people like Akasan, Emon Snow, Movie Trivia Schmodown. He has his own podcast wherever podcasts are found, and on YouTube as well. They have social media. Let's hop into this now, shall we?
Which one?
Wonder Woman.
Heather had a fever, so she took a cold bath, but she's better now. That has to be it.
Nothing weird goes on in Hawkins.
But we saw her. He seemed wrong. Wrong is kind of like his default, but it's nice to know he's not a murderer, because that would have totally sucked.
But his behavior last episode was like so not him.
Oh no, he wasn't making fun of you.
He called her Maxine.
Is that?
Oh.
Wow. That is so cool. We need one of those.
How many times are you gonna do this?
Only when a big moment happens.
Whoa!
Get the fuck out of the way!
License plate.
What are the dashes?
They're blanks. There was, I think it was either an H or a P with the part rubbed off, and there was definitely
his face.
That key card opens the door, but unfortunately the Russian with his key card also has a massive gun. Whatever's in this room, whatever's in those boxes, they really don't want anybody finding it.
Can they really not spot Dustin?
I know. What's that one little kid up there doing?
Have you ever actually won a fight?
Okay, that was one time.
Twice. Jonathan, your prior?
Listen, that doesn't count.
Why would it count? Because it looks like he beat the shit out of that fabulous producers.
Sling ice cream, behave, and don't get beat up. I'll be back from the gym.
Ooh. A bottle episode where they're selling ice cream.
Yeah. My scuba.
Oh, shit.
Nancy. Now, we're a small town paper, but we have something the big papers don't have. Trust. The trust of our community.
Do you know how to build that trust?
Whoa, what a
I place
shot.
my faith in something the two of you don't seem to value a whole lot.
You're fired.
Oh.
Both of you.
I mean, well, fair.
You want to attach yourself to someone again. A new me.
A new host.
How can you tell if someone is a host?
They behave like really fucking weird. As opposed to how they normally behave.
Yeah.
Kind of like Billy.
Kind of like, have you noticed anything weird lately? Any blood? appearing?
He was here the other day, rides a motorcycle.
I don't think so.
Really? Because it was just 2 days ago. Right before I saw him.
One call to Tom Post. And you're done, buddy. Gone. Oh, and please, don't give me that dead daughter sob story. Because I just don't care.
He's gonna hit him.
Great record.
Oh yeah! It's the man.
Who is he? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh! God damn!
You calling the police?
He gives me things sometimes. What kind of things? Money, presents.
God damn.
Santa Claus? Just move right away.
love it.
Bullshit.
Incredible how you just continue to convince yourself.
What's that supposed to mean?
I told you over and over to drop this story.
Just like Bruce and those assholes.
Yeah, those assholes gave us jobs.
Is that what that was? That was humiliating. Well then, I guess we just don't understand each other anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
Here.
Convenient.
Classic.
Who the hell can fit in that?
Ahoy! Get over here and serve me some samples.
Should I put the little girl in the back?
Oh my god. Oh, maybe.
How many times have you seen
You know what this half-baked plan of yours sounds like to me? Child endangerment. We'll be in radio contact all the time. Child endangerment.
Don't you love your country?
You can't spell America without Erica.
Yeah. Oddly, that's totally true. So, you love your country.
This USS Butterscotch better be the first of many. And I'm talking free ice cream for life. 4 nights ago, there was a huge power outage, and the next day,
Your magnets fell.
this machine that we've been talking about really does exist, and the reason that we didn't find it at the lab is because it isn't at the lab, it's at one of these properties.
I want you to forget about sales. How much come work for me at the Harkness PD?
I have to look at your face and I don't think so.
I don't think you're cool, pal.
So loud.
I know.
Like sneak out so stupidly.
Venetian blinds.
This world, it beats you up again and again until eventually most people, they just stop trying. You're a fighter. You always have been. I honestly don't know where you get it from. Dad. I get it from you.
Oh, I think I should clear that up.
I get it from you.
Now go have sex with Billy.
I'm proud of you. Proud of me for getting fired. That you stood up for yourself. That you stood up to those shitheads. Yes, those shitheads. Look at me, Nancy. Finish it.
Go break and enter some more.
Finish it.
Women supporting women in this season of Stranger Things. Beautiful thing.
You're the most important thing to me in the world.
What if he's right?
What?
Huh.
No. He's just some angry old man who hates joy.
But if I only see you, and I'm a different species than you, then I should be with my species more.
Did you spy on me? That's totally against the rules.
I make my own rules. Right there.
Yeah.
She invaded his privacy. The whole review is going to be dedicated to that moment.
Commence operation child endangerment. Nerves. Free ice cream for life.
Then bam, she gets shot. Brutal death.
But not before she takes down a Russian assassin.
Hi.
Whoa!
Hi.
Damn!
Look at that pipe on there.
I don't please don't touch
You
me.
guys should, stand back.
No.
I'm gonna do this without gloves.
No.
Step back.
No.
Seriously.
No! If you die, I die.
Aww.
Okay.
What the hell? Hey!
Oh no.
Septus mirror, the room move.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
I predicted all of Steve's lines.
Steve is the audience advocate.
I've done things, Max, really bad things.
Oh my god.
Me too. Please, Max.
What did he think you did?
It's not my fault, okay, Max, please. Please believe me, Max. Please believe me.
It's gonna be okay. He's activated. You just trust me, please.
Max, get away from the door.
What? Get away from the door!
Oh my god.
Rub it on, you bitch! Rub it on!
Ouch!
Oh damn.
Oh my god. Oh!
There it is.
This is gonna become their version of the Thing, the blood.
Oh shit! Oh, nice!
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Ow!
Ooh. Oh god.
Do something!
What the hell, you piece of shit?
Wow. So
Oh
scary.
my gosh. It's only episode 4, you guys. This is like so intense.
The girl, was it her?
Yeah, she could have killed me.
Yes. But not us.
Oh my god, how many of them are there now? Oh my god. Oh shit, it's gonna get crazy. Awesome. Well, I love that episode. I thought that episode was slamtastic, ladies and gent. Thought it was great. I mean, that whole final sequence was so damn intense. And I love the emotional wraparound, the come down of such intensity, where Eleven finally pushes him out through the wall, and then she falls into Mike's arms, like in the most vulnerable state possible. That after all the anger and hurt that they've been experiencing with one another, it's like this cool visual moment where they just fall into each other's arms because of the situation. And all that's been like whoosh, washes the walls, literally like breaking through a wall, and they're breaking through a wall emotionally. I don't know if that's intentional, if I'm reading too much into it, but that's just how I read it.
He's the only one who really steps in to try to help her too.
Yeah.
Like he picks up the pipe and tries to help kill him as well. He's the only one out of all the rest of the group.
Mike's first good moment in this whole season. Yeah.
Well, and all this happened. They let off with that exchange where he tries to own up and apologize for his behavior and stuff like that right before they do the operation and stuff. So I guess you could kind of run a parallel of emotional growth there to physical violence.
Yeah. Oh man, Dacre Montgomery is Billy. It's weird. Like he was like such an aggressive, rageful dude in season 2.
He's like a Stephen King villain.
But yeah, I think because of the context of his character in season 2, to me, didn't feel entirely really essential to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And there was so much focus. The rage stuff, I'm like, man, he's doing such a good job, but I just don't see the point of any of this.
Yeah.
And then here, now I'm like, oh, he's really shining now, though.
Yeah.
Because there's so much contrast with the way that
He's like so distraught all the time, and
Yeah.
sweating his ass off every
and it
moment.
looks like he feels terrible, but then there are those body snatcher moments where he's like really prim and proper and very warm and kind and weird, and like he's good at playing all those different angles. And I have to imagine this was fun for him to shoot, because like he just gets to be a monster half this episode.
Yeah.
He's like hulking out.
Yeah, I love all those visual moments where him and Eleven are just
Screaming.
how fun that must have been to film with one another.
Yeah.
Just keep yelling at each other to the heart. This is the hardest thing you guys have ever had to do.
Well, when you see him fighting back against her and winning, you're like, oh my god, he could beat her. It's like crazy.
Oh yeah, that was really well choreographed.
Yeah.
I really, man, the way this season, especially the way they're doing their sound design and the cinematography, I can't get over it. Every episode, I'm just like, man, this is the best looking season they've definitely done. More than just like, oh, they got a better budget. The way it's composed, I think, is the best it's ever been, actually. But every storyline here is great. Even working with Lucas's sister, Erica. Yeah, I'm never gonna forget her name. There's
America.
can't say Erica. Yeah, that's so
Can't
great.
spell America without Erica.
And his reaction to that was
like,
magical. Because he caught me off guard for a second, and then he had the same thought I did, where he's like, oh yeah. That is true. I think we all did that. Like, they're really good, and you were calling out Steve's, like, just reactions to stuff. And I think one of the secret ingredients of this show is they are good at giving a character in the ensemble your exact thought. But this season feels kind of like, I don't know how the second half will be, but this feels kind of like an LP where, like, this is the end of side one. We just got to this, like, major crescendo. Like, even the music was really like, oh, man, some heavy shit just went down.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I imagine we'll do another slow ramp up to the very end.
I like Cary Elwes way more this episode than his last one because he does.
That's who it is.
Yeah,
He looks a little different now, but yeah.
every few years, Cary Elwes looks like not just that he got older.
Wasn't he really fat at one point? Did
There
he
was
get
a
really
point where
chunky?
there was a point where he
was
gained a lot of weight.
heavier,
Yeah.
Robin
Like in
Hood Men
Saw
in Tights.
7, he was a little heavier, and now he
Princess
looks...
Bride.
Yeah.
He looks
I
like
was
more
like, why are you
skinny
guys
again,
so
yeah.
excited
Yeah,
over this
it
guy? I
is.
have no idea who he is. And you just, I was like, oh.
I feel like when he does American accents, if he has to do like these kind of charming characters, it always feels over the top to me, just generally speaking with his performances. But when he has to do moments of like dramatic weight and intensity, I think he does a really good job. But for some reason, when he does like charming American accent, I'm like, he's so over the top.
Well, I think he's really good at breaking the illusion, too, because it's clear that he and Hopper aren't going to back down to each other, and then finally Hopper has to, like, really take control. Like, when his charm goes away, he's really good at that, too, at, like, revealing the guy
Hopper's
underneath.
super attractive in those moments, too.
Hopper, man, I don't know what's going to happen to him and Joyce with, like, because they were just so brazen this episode.
I
but
think
it
he's
was...
going to be removed as chief of police, which will take some of his power away, which is a concern. And then the public will turn against him because a lot of his...
She stays in Hawkins and he leaves.
She becomes the chief of police, and at the end of the season, she brings him on as an intern.
That'll be interesting to see where that goes. I think there's just a lot happening. But it all blends together seamlessly, which is amazing.
And now there's going to be no more Jonathan.
He's gone forever.
There's just going to be Nancy.
There's been like really no definitive lead, I feel, in this season.
Yeah.
Everyone really feels like an ensemble. Like even like Mike usually has felt like, hey, he's the lead. Yeah.
The guy who looks like Will but isn't Will.
Yeah. But Mike doesn't feel as fleshed out as he normally is.
Yeah.
But that usually comes with the territory of ensembles with seasons, is eventually you start giving more lead focus to other characters.
To people we don't know as well.
Yeah, just the way it goes. So I'm not bothered by that. But I do love the dynamic between Joyce and Hopper so much. I mean, like I said when we were filming it, I really love how each character, because of the experiences they've had, there's so much less hesitation to take control of a situation.
Yeah.
In the first season, it's like that. Of course it is. And of course it is in the second season. But at this point now, when they have a fucking problem, they're just like, let's handle it. Let's do it. Because of what's gone on in their lives, they know that they have no choice but prepare for the worst, treat it as if it's the worst, and take care of it right away.
You have to break a few rules along the way, whatever.
Yeah.
She doesn't even blink when she rips out that cord from the phone. She's like, who are you gonna call, the police? Like, she doesn't even hesitate. It's like, wow.
Like, we know how small towns work.
Yeah,
right? There's that too.
And you're seeing it all slowly start to tie in at this point. It's like we have cues as to what's going. We don't exactly know what's going on with the mind flare. It looks like they're cloning them, right? It looks like some type of invasion of the body snatchers meets like the tethered type of scenario.
Yeah, like disseminating itself into a bunch of people just to like take over the world that way.
Yeah, we're not 100% sure what's going on yet.
Kind of like that Rick and Morty episode where the planet is all one woman. And it's like every different character is just the same hive mind, and it's the whole population of an entire planet now.
We know.
We never saw this.
We watch.
Nope.
Constant.
I thought you said you when I.
I've seen Rick and Morty. I've not seen every episode, bro.
Yeah.
I thought you watched it. Sorry, I thought you actually watched it.
No, I've seen it, but I've not seen every episode.
I take it all back. No references.
I've also seen Adventure Time, but I've not seen every episode.
But there's way more of those.
I've seen most of Jessica Jones season 3.
Oh, good. Is it good?
Yes.
Let's review that show.
Please God, no.
In terms of it all starting to connect, because you see like the whole Russian thing that's going on. Man, Dustin and freaking Steve together. So damn.
Oh, when he steps up and he's like, if you die, I'm going to die too.
He's like, okay.
Yeah. You see that there's something going on at the Starcourt Mall, obviously, and then with Mayor Klein, and he's revealing that, there's something with the Starcourt Mall. And the whole Billy storyline has yet to completely connect to it, but we know there's something with the upside down, the mind flare. Mm-hmm. So I'm loving the central focus of all this. Whereas I kind of felt like in season 2, some of the storylines were a little too divided. Mm-hmm. Here, I think they're really coalescing a lot better.
They're divided, but still connected.
Yeah, and with different types of groups to focus on at a time. And then, also it's the least interesting one, but it's lent itself to a lot of cool visual motifs, I think, with the whole thing with the old lady eating the fertilizer. Like, that was some very disturbing imagery, and I love a lot of, like, you love those Dutch angles.
That was a really cool scene. Yeah. And I do think that whether or not the Nancy, Jonathan as characters storyline is compelling, I do think that whenever they check back in on it, we get some kind of neat sci-fi thing out of it, at least. Some kind of expansion on... Like, I think having that, for example, when Billy's freaking out, being able to cut to the hospital and see the old woman also going through the same thing, like, it helps. And it's, the rats and her eating the fertilizer and all that stuff. Like, at least we're getting cool story building with it.
Well, it seems like Jonathan's taking a much bigger back seat in order to give Nancy a stronger development, make her a better character, a stronger character, especially with having that support from her mom there in that scene, which is really cool. I'm really loving this. Really loving this. Anyway, we got... 4 more episodes left? Let's get to it, guys.
Next one's a bottle episode all about Jonathan getting a real job.
Yes.
It's going to be good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. That way you can be notified when our next Stranger Things reaction is out. Make sure to check us out on Patreon. And thank you to everyone who's pledged to our Patreon page so far. Before I wrap this up, I did put out a post before we started filming asking those who are pledged for the shout-out reward tier who watches Stranger Things and whoever liked and commented are the ones who are going to get a shout-out in this video. And today is going to go out to a man named Andrew Nickerson. Andrew, what's up? Am I hitting you?
You're like super close. You're like,
Nickerson!
so
Nickerson!
Close.
They call that the Nickerson!
Nickerson elbow.
So I'm just gonna like...
Stone cold
Andrew Nickerson! I want
so close. Just cool it on the hand movement.
I think on the camera it looks closer.
No, you are right there. It's like...
I'm gonna name my fists.
You should be used to me elbowing you in the face by this point.
I am, but I'm really tired of it.
Gosh, all right, fine.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
So, Andrew Nickerson, I wanted to say thank you so much for pledging, my dude. We gave you a really awkward shout out last time, and now I'm gonna give you a sincere shout out. The man owns a Tesla.
I want
Can I have it?
That is the sincere shout out.
Congratulations on your achievement and for driving an electric car, I guess.
I just wanted to say that if you can own a Tesla, I don't understand why your pledge is not the highest out of everyone at our Patreon page.
That is a correct statement.
Do you know if you sold your Tesla...
Oh man, you think of all the reward tiers.
You could be the only person pledged, and we would be fine.
1,000 plus Real Rejects t-shirts, so many handwritten.
You would be the only person pledged, and it would take care of it. You could be our boss.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
We would literally just do whatever you want.
This channel will be run by you at every step of the way. because we are willing to be bought out.
Yeah, and we'll be called the Nickerson Rejects. It's got a lot nicer ring to it.
Does it now? Yes. No, congratulations. I hear you told me you have a really good job. You must.
Nah. Nope, just the Tesla.
Just the Tesla.
Everything
I'm
else
struggling.
in my life
I
is
am
horrible.
living out of that Tesla.
This is a bad life decision.
Thank you guys. See ya.